Well, Gary, Neville is part of our commentary team this evening here at Old Trafford. Gary, Fernandes and Ighalo, what have you made of Manchester United's transfer window?
Well, they needed some players in. Obviously, the lads have just spoken there about midfield. It's a desperate situation in midfield with Pogba's injury, McTominay's injury, and I don't think there's enough quality in there, even with those two fit. So I think Bruno Fernandes was needed. Hopefully, he'll settle in straight away. He's only had one training session. But big expectations, and I think the club needed to do it to show that there's a continued investment. The fans are doubting the ownership and the executive quite heavily. I think Ighalo, they just needed a body in that area. Obviously, Rashford's going to be out for another couple of months. I can't let the club off the hook, though, unfortunately. The idea that Lukaku told us a couple of weeks ago that he'd said that he was going to leave last February, March, is 9 months to be able to manoeuvre and get into a position to sign a striker for the club for the long term. They've ended up desperately doing one on transfer deadline day. The boy may do very well. He might come in and settle in. He might score goals and do a job for the club. But the fact that the club were in that position, knowing that Sanchez and Lukaku were leaving for many, many months, tells us that Manchester United at this moment in time is struggling to navigate through the transfer market smartly.
As you alluded to there have been tensions off the pitch at Manchester United. What are you expecting from the atmosphere here tonight?
Winning, I think it'll be fine. I mean, the general consensus, I spoke to a few fans outside the stadium before, and their feeling was they weren't going to walk out. However, if 55, 60 minutes in, Wolves are 1 or 2-0 up, it's going to get moody in here. I mean, Burnley a week or so ago, I reckon there must have been 5,000 fans in this stadium at the end of the game. It was a desperate situation that. If it's like that again today, with sort of 10, 15 minutes to go, it's not good. It is not good at all, and I think I say moody is the word I would use to describe it. But if the team are playing well, if Fernandes is running the show with Fred in midfield, who's been fantastic, then I think the fans will be as they always have been. The problem isn't with the players from the fans, the problem isn't with the manager necessarily, the problem goes higher up.